We have used CRM tools for years, and most of them follow the same pattern. You input data, and then you try to make sense of it. But now AI is starting to flip that process. The system reads the data first and then guides you. So today, we are going to walk through 3 AI CRM platforms that are built around this idea, and we'll see how they actually perform when you rely on them daily. Let's get started. All right, let's start with the first one, and this is where things get quite deep. We're talking about C3 AI CRM. So when you open this system, you immediately notice it does not behave like a typical CRM where you log activities and move deals manually. Instead, it pulls signals from everywhere. That includes your emails, meetings, pipeline data, supply chain systems, even external news and macroeconomic data. So what happens is you're not just tracking deals, you're reading the health of your entire revenue engine in one place. Now, let's walk through how this actually feels in use. Suppose you check your forecast and your team looks on track. Then C3 AI steps in and says, "Hold on, your pipeline strength dropped over the weekend." That's not guesswork. It's based on patterns like negative email sentiment, reduced engagement, or supply chain issues that affect delivery timelines. So you start to see risk before it becomes visible in numbers. And this is where it becomes very practical. The system doesn't stop at telling you the problem. It suggests actions. It might recommend a specific executive in your network who can help unblock the deal. Then you can act on it directly without switching tools. That tight loop between insight and execution is where we see real value. Now, in terms of who this is for, we would say this fits large teams, especially enterprises with complex sales cycles. If you run a smaller team, it might feel heavy, and also setup is not light. You need clean data and you need integration across systems, otherwise the AI does not reach full potential. So overall, this is less about managing contacts and more about predicting outcomes. And if you're in a business where one deal can shift your quarter, then this level of intelligence starts to make real sense. Now let's move into the second one, and this one takes a very different route. Here, we're looking at ZoomInfo CRM. And that sounds simple, but when you work with real sales and marketing systems, you know how messy things get. So what ZoomInfo does is it connects all of that and lets you filter across systems in real time. Now, let's walk through how you would actually use this. Suppose you want to target a very specific group, not just IT directors, but IT directors inside accounts owned by a certain rep, and at the same time exclude anyone already in your marketing campaigns. Normally, this takes spreadsheets, exports, and manual cleanup. Here, you just apply layered filters, and within seconds, you get a clean list. So what we're really getting here is precision. You're not just finding leads, you're filtering intent with context. And that changes how campaigns feel. Because now, instead of broad outreach, you're targeting exactly the right people at the right companies and also at the right moment. Then there's the workflow side, which is quite powerful if you set it correctly. You can create automated flows where the system detects changes, like someone getting promoted, and then pushes that contact into your CRM or outreach tool. But here's where you need to be careful. If you don't control limits, like how many companies or contacts per day, you can burn through your credits very fast. So this tool rewards structured setup. So in terms of who should use this, we would say this fits teams that already have a CRM but struggle with data quality and targeting. It's not about deep AI prediction like the first one, but more about data orchestration and go-to-market efficiency. All right, now we move into the third one, and this feels a lot more grounded and hands-on. Here, we're talking about Nutshell. So when you first open Nutshell, it doesn't try to overwhelm you with heavy AI layers or deep enterprise logic. Instead, it focuses on something very practical. It keeps your sales, marketing, and communication in one clean flow. And honestly, for many teams, that alone solves a big problem. Now, let's walk through how it actually feels to use. You land on a dashboard where your pipelines, leads, and activities are right in front of you. Then you move into lists, and this is where things start to get interesting. You can filter contacts based on location, activity, missing data, or even exclude certain groups. So if you want to clean your database or build a very targeted campaign, you can shape that list exactly how you want. And then comes the automation layer. You can create email sequences, attach them to pipeline stages, and let the system follow up automatically. But at the same time, it keeps it personal. You can add fields like name or company, so each message still feels direct. Also, once a lead replies, the sequence stops, so you're not stuck in awkward follow-ups. Now, one feature that we found quite useful is visitor tracking. It shows which companies are visiting your website, what pages they view, and then suggests contacts from those companies. Reporting is also quite flexible. You can track sales performance, pipeline health, and even see where deals are getting stuck. It's not as predictive as C3, but it gives you clear visibility, which for many teams is enough to make better decisions. Now, if we step back and connect all three tools, this one feels more balanced. It may not go as deep into AI insights like C3, and it may not have the massive external dataset of ZoomInfo, but what it does well is execution. So if you're a small to mid-sized team, or even a growing startup, this is where Nutshell starts to make a lot of sense. It keeps things simple, but still gives you enough control to build a structured and efficient sales process. Thanks for watching. If you found it helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more videos.